Hi guys, so we're now moving to the front end part. Okay, we are heading to the Xcode and we need to go to our main storyboard. Sorry, that is the one. So yeah, we need to go to our main.storyboard. That is the file, and we will create now in this video a separate cell which will be actually responsible for storing all the requests. Okay, so currently on the front there is a search table view. What I will do is I will just move it behind the friends table view like that so I can see my friends table view. We will create the exactly same cell. Okay, I'll just copy this cell, copy, and I'll paste it again. So this is, again, this will be our cell. So I will remove this cells class, and here we will write, let's say, cell 2. It will be our ID of the cell. So here will be first name and last name, and the button's title here we will write as in the Facebook, add friend. Then instead of delete button, we will write as in the Facebook remove button. In case if the request has been sent, what will happen is if you have noticed in the Facebook, let's say whenever there are some recommended friends, when you just add them, then it just simply says request sent, something like this. And yeah, this is what we will actually do. And then the button changed its appearance, and then it becomes something like undo. Okay, so this is what we will do. So that's it, and we will now have to create a separate class for this coding class. So it will be a new file. That is the one of type Cocoa Touch class, and it's a UI table view cell, and we're gonna name it recommended. Let's say user cell, recommended user cell, and we click create. Okay, so first of all, we'll have to create an IB outlet connections for this class. Okay, so now let's assign this class. Select your cell here. Instead of that is the cell 2, here select recommended user cell. Okay, now from this recommended user cell, we'll have to make an outlet connection to our guest view controller. So select this cell, hold control, and left mouse click, drag it here, and select show. And as you know here, whenever we select the segues, for all of them, we are we're having an identifier. So the identifier is very simple. Here we'll write guest VC underscore, let's say, recommended user cell. So this will be our ID, the same ID as the name of this class. I'm gonna give the same ID just to keep the identity of our application and the programming itself. Guest VC underscore recommended user cell. Okay, excellent. Select your profile picture. We will make now the outlet connection. Make sure that you have here selected automatic is recommended user cell. So select your profile picture, hold left control, left mouse, drag here, and this will be Canva image view. Then after that, we've got full name label, hold control, left mouse, drag, full name label. Then we have got confirm button, or I would say add button. Left control, left mouse click, drag. Then again, left control, left mouse click, drag. It will be remove button. Remove button. After that, we have a message label. Message label. Okay, excellent. So this will be our user interface object. So now we're heading directly to the recommended user cells. So these are the user interface objects. Then in the awake from nib, as you know, this is a first loading function. Here we'll have to develop the appearance. So first we'll create border for the remove button. Okay, so we're writing let border equals CA layer, open and close round brackets. So then we're writing border dot border width equals 2. Then we're writing border dot border color will be equals to UI color dot light gray color, and we're converting it to the CG color. Then we're writing the frame of the border, border dot frame equals to CG rect, open the round bracket, select the method XY with an height. X and Y will be 0, 0. Width will be the width of the button. Remove button dot frame dot width and the same height. It will be remove button dot frame dot height. Okay, brilliant. So now we need assign this to the assign border and assign border and make corners rounded. Okay, so then we're writing remove button dot layer dot add sublayer. It will be our border. Then we continue remove button dot layer dot corner radius equals 3. Then we're writing remove button dot layer dot masks to bounds equals true. Very good. So then we want rounded corners, or we can do the same for the add button. So we'll write add button dot layer dot corner radius equals 3 as well. So we don't do a masks to bounds because here we're assigning borders. So whenever we write masks to bounds, it means even the sublayers will get affected. Okay, so in the add button there is no sublayer, so we'll keep it as it is. Okay, so one more thing is that is it. We're done with developing the cell. We'll just summarize it and we'll finalize to make sure that everything is fine here. Okay, so this is our cell 2. In the class inspector, make sure that we have assigned this. In the inspector, attributes inspector, make sure the identifier will be self2. And here, when you will check the connections in the connection inspector, just make sure that everything is fine. So you see that is the confirm button. We're removing this because this is from the old history. So delete button also will remove because we named it as remove button, which is here. So message label is here, then full name label is here. So these two also we're gonna remove these two action connections. Okay, so we have this segue, we have add button, we have Ava image view, full name, message label, and remove button. That's it. That's all what we need. Okay, and one more update. What I would like to do in the access.php where we wrote our SQL command, I would like to write here our one more line of the code, which is actually to limit, let's say, want to maximum show 20 recommended users at once. So we'll write here limit 20. Okay, so here we're writing limit 20. Okay, programming the cell. Now we'll go to the another part of the logic, to the skeleton of the loading the data. Let's go and do this.